This morning we're going to go on GT Sport and we're just going to do a little bit of a guide to the Le Mans circuit ahead of next month's Le Mans 24 Hours. Chosen the old Audi for this. Obviously Audi stopped racing at Le Mans some years ago now, but nonetheless it's still a good car to drive, so we're just going to have a little bit of a see what she can do around it. So start finish straight. It's actually quite short straight, don't really get up to top speed here. Turn 1 almost feels never ending. You can take it flat depending on your car setup, and then you've got some hard braking for the first chicane. Uphill a little bit, car gets unsettled on the exit if you run a bit wide. Obviously we're just not playing around too much with setups today, we're just having a bit of a drive. Through the S's, again these corners can throw you off a bit, but they're quite nicely cambered. You can carry a lot of speed through here. Just a little bit of a lift. Messed that one up a little bit, but normally just a bit of a lift and flick it in until you arrive on the Mulsanne straight, fastest part of the circuit. Depending on what car you're in, you can get speeds of 200 miles an hour plus. Obviously in this you're going to hit the nice 200 miles an hour. It's asking us for a third gear for the next corner, get down on the brakes. Again, you could attack obviously a bit more than I'm doing, this is just for sort of a guide really. And then the second part of the Mulsanne after the first chicane, which as you saw there was a right left. So we're going to stay right down here for the left right part of the next chicane. Again, you're going to be looking at sort of 195, 200 miles an hour by the time you spot your braking point. And again, don't want to ride too much of the curve, otherwise you'll get the car unsettled, be wide and all over the show. It's actually fairly dark around here today, but there we go. Mulsanne corners at the end here, it's quite a tricky little corner. You can easily mess it up and go straight on. You know, you're going to want to brake as late as possible, but you've got some turning, some braking and some downshifting to do. You can lock the rears there like I did a bit. And then this is quite a nice part of the track. It's narrow, but you can ride the curve a little bit on the inside there. Again, you're going to have to see the same sort of speed you saw coming down the Mulsanne, and then you get down to this corner down here, and it is absolutely takes you by surprise a little bit. But depending on what car you're in, again you can sort of take it flat right into the corner and brake extremely late. This is a slow and horrible corner, but first gear, and you can overshoot that if you get it wrong. If you think you can take it in second, maybe you'll get driven a bit wide perhaps if you try and carry too much speed. And we've got a bit of a short, straight-ish section as we head up to the Porsche curves just up here. And again, depending on what car you're in, I've made a mess of that, but talking and driving at the same time, perhaps not such a good idea. But depending on what car you're in, you can probably get away with a downshift maybe, and take the entire sort of complex of these curves in a fairly high-ish gear. You don't want to run too wide, but you're not going to get punished for it. Then we come up to the complex at the end here. Just some small chicanes, and then in here you can take as much curve as you can get away with. It's not a very good lap, but it kind of gives you a guide. It's, you know, the modern Le Mans cars are doing this in under 3 minutes 20 now, sort of. You know, technology is advancing so quickly, and speeds are inevitably getting faster. For me it's just a bit of fun, but you know, for those of you that obviously watched 24 Hours, it can be quite exciting in the GT class mainly. The prototype class not so much these days, because obviously you've only got Toyota's Works team in there. which I think's a bit of a shame. Be nice to see some more manufacturers come in and compete for top honours, but you know, I think we might be a few years away from that still. Already on a better lap, as you can see, 3 tenths up. Focus a bit more this time. Obviously, years and years ago, this straight had no chicanes. There is a variant of that track on this game, and you can reach some quite amazing speeds. A bit more attacking through that chicane. Sometimes I think if you drive a bit more attacking, a bit quicker, the car behaves much better. So we're 9 tenths up, nearly a second after that split there, and then we're coming down to Mulsanne corner at the end again. Bottom gear at the end, and you're really kind of thinking, how late can I brake? And you want to try and keep your braking as straight as possible, and again, if you don't scrub the speed off, you have a little slide like that. And again, we're still 9 tenths up, so I haven't really gained anything in the last split. Really see if we can try and make up a load of time in the final part of the track, considering the off we had at the Porsche curves on the last lap. So really get on the brakes as late as you can. Well, a little bit of a slide, but not too much. This is where we lost 2 tenths there, but time can be won or lost, particularly in that corner. This is where we're going to make the most time up. We not have that mistake that we had last lap in the Porsche curve, so we can really try and confidence lift, brake. Car doesn't feel particularly very good actually, if I'm totally honest, but you know, we're nearly 5 seconds up, and just going to take it cautious just to get a bit of a time on the board, not to run too wide. It's an okay lap. It's not the best lap I've ever done. Over the curbs there nicely, brake, and then tip it into that final chicane. Maybe took slightly too much curb there. It's not a great time, 3.5 minutes pretty much, but it'll do. But then that is your Le Mans track guide.